the streaming. I will start on Instagram. 2 minutes. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, 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 my beautiful people. Look who I have here. Who's she? I don't know. I don't know. We are on the same place, okay? On the same, exactly the same place. And this is so exciting.
Okay.
But yeah. Welcome to Guided 888. My name is Zoila Ewa.
And I'm Ewa Latkovska.
And this is our Saturday Live,
where we answer your questions and go into our spiritual practice.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I am really, really, really extremely happy to have my sister here. Because normally we do it like, on different countries.
Well, yeah.
But then I have visited Poland now. I am in Poland. And
Not mentally.
What happened then, Ewa? Tell me.
Yeah, so I am in the UK right now with my soul sister Zoila.
Yay.
And staying at her house at the moment. So that's the plan. And we're now in the same studio, and it's so much easier to set up things. I don't have to pull up another mic. Tech issues, not a problem.
Well, hopefully not. Can you hear us? Because hopefully, yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah. So hopefully tech issues
should be minimized.
Yeah. Are we live on YouTube? If you refresh, it should go like live somewhere, in some places. Oh gosh.
It should be live. I don't know. It's not.
Yeah, you should if you get there. Anyways, in this week we're gonna be talking about healing, because last week we were talking as well about healing. But last week we kind of emphasized the healing on the physical healing, and then this time we're gonna be talking about the soul healing, the spiritual healing, because it's not the same thing, right? And we just wanted to make sure that we touch on the topic because it's really important. I just want to make sure that we are live on the YouTube, because I don't want to be just I just want to make sure that YouTube is going live, and doesn't seem to be live, though streaming is live. So I know I might be doing some issues here. I know why. Look at that.
Oh, it's private.
It is okay, live, but only for the people that are subscribed to the.
Bear with us 1 second.
Yeah, it should change immediately as long as I change the private setting, which are here. No. There we go.
Public.
Oh man.
Save.
Tech issues is not tech issues, it's Zoila issues. Anyways, I just sorted out, and it is now live we are live in YouTube as well. If you want to find us on YouTube, is Guided 888, the same name.
It's working.
Yeah.
All good. We can start.
So all good. As I was saying before, hello everybody on YouTube. Just let me recap very quickly. This is Guided 888. We are going to be talking about healing, but
on a spiritual level.
Yeah, because last week we were talking about healing on
the physical level.
And then this week we're going to be talking about healing, but
spiritual?
She got it. Anyways, and I'm just really happy to say that my sister is here with me in the UK, and we can do this live in the same place. So yes, let's just recap what we talked about healing last week, Ewa. What's healing for you?
Well, we were talking about healing on a physical level, so that, for example, if we do feel any sort of pains, any illnesses, that in reality or in our view, we can heal these through our own means, through our thoughts and our own, like through meditation, which we then went into a meditation where we actually did it and how it would look like to heal yourself. So it was all about healing yourself on a physical level.
And that's a very tricky podcast as well that we managed to record. And I know that many people are going to be triggered by what we said. Yeah. And our disclaimer, we are not a religious movement. We don't promote any religion. Do you want to add anything to that?
Well, yeah, I think what's important for us is that, you know, our listeners keep an open mind, that they listen with curiosity, and if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate, and that's okay. It's like we want to promote everyone, to encourage them to find their own life path, to be authentically themselves, to find their own truth. So that's what's most important to us.
Exactly. So if you think that you find any value or that you might be a bit triggered by what we say, we will encourage you to do your own research, to go out there and try and learn more about the things that you're not as sure. We, on our side, are saying things that we have either experienced or that we are sure in our understanding that is the right thing. However, we don't force anyone to believe what we believe. We encourage you to go out there and find the truth. And if it happens to be the same thing, or if it happens to be something that we are saying, we will even more encourage you more to go out there and research.
Yeah, and trust your own intuition.
Exactly, because it's all about growing spiritually. But having said that, in the same way, for you to grow spiritually, you have to have some healthy habits, some healthy boundaries, and some health in your soul, in your spirit, and as well to be willing to grow. And that's why we came back today with the healing topic. But in this sense, we're going to address it to spiritual or to your soul level. As Eva said before, yes, just to summarize, healing is the ability to fix something that seemingly is broken, or that seems to be broken.
Well, yeah,
right?
Because I feel like if, people wouldn't be healing or using the word healing if they didn't feel like everything was all right. If everything was all right, then there was no point of healing. So I think it's always something that people are unhappy about, and then they want to change.
Yeah, I think this is a delicate topic because we all at some point suffer something. We all at some point will need healing. So healing may work different for every person because we are different. And we are in a different pathway, in a different level, and in a different, different just atmosphere.
Yeah, so, I feel like society's put this bad rep on healing, as in that it's something bad, and people sometimes want to hide that they're ill or sick, or
like if it's taboo,
or mentally, because there's some kind of shame around the topic of healing. But I feel like a lot of people nowadays are actually looking for that healing. Especially in the spirituality community, there's this whole thing about shadow work, and shadow work isn't like a bad thing or a scary thing, like, oh, I need to get rid of my bad side. It's about identifying the subconscious aspects of yourself that you weren't aware of before. That's the beauty of shadow work.
That's the beauty of that. And then another thing on the same line is that healing is different for everybody. We don't heal on the same pace. We don't heal on the same, we don't heal on the same way that many other people may heal. It's like the same way that my name is different, the same way that my soul is different to others, and the same way that my blood is different, my blood type, my ADN, well, like in Spanish, ADN. DNA in English. The same way, like my personality is different to yours, as the same way I'm gonna heal, or my process of healing is gonna be different to many people. But we are talking here about the initiating the process of healing, because this process or this initiation is the same for everybody, independently and despite of your situation. In this case, I just want to bring healing spiritually, because healing in a spiritual level is the one that brings, most of the time, brings healing to your physical level. Like most of the illness start first by a thought, like anything really. And it is, I know it's a trigger, it's triggering many people now that are listening, but most of the time we get ill because we have a thought in our mind. Despite whether this is true or not, what we're thinking, if we think, for example, we are unwell, we're going to be unwell to do certain things.
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day, about aging. And if we think that, aging, that we think that we're getting old, then we're going to get older. But we were saying about parking, and when you have like the disability card, and a lot of people sometimes they don't have that card, but they're trying to get it. So they're kind of like trying to find reasons for why they're disabled to get a card. And it's like they're actually kind of decaying in a sense, because...
Yeah.
Wait,
sorry. We're talking about,
healthy mind, healthy body. Yes!
Yes!
Sorry, we're just reading out our comments. There we go. But yeah, so it's that kind of thing that, you know, that mind, we're going into, you know, thinking that we need to be more disabled, or we need to be more something, so that we can get some kind of benefit out of it, you know? So it's, and then you take on that physicality, you take on board that thought, and with repetition, you start you start acting like you're disabled, even though you're not, but you start acting like it, just so you can then prove to others that that's the way how, what life is like. And I think, it's like when you talk to people and they try to prove to you why they're ill or why they're not feeling great, just, so it's interesting.
And the thing is that we all different on our process in life, and our process of healing is nothing different to our process of life. And I don't want to confuse you. Bear with me, because I know what I'm saying. Like, we are all different in our pathways, in whatever, or the purpose that we have in life, right? But that means as well that our process of understanding spirituality and our process of growing spiritually is different to somebody else. For example, mine is different to Ewa's, and Ewa's is different to mine, and we probably are all different. But the fact of initiating, or the process of initiating healing, spiritually talking, is equally for everybody. Like, the first thing that we have to be aware is that we have to know where we need healing. Because we have different compartments in our spiritual office, or in our spiritual life.
Bringing the office back.
Yeah, and I just want to make like an example. So, like, we might not understand much about the spiritual reality, but it is like an office. I think I told you that example before. Like, you have the head office, you have the receptionist, you have the CEO, you have everything else. Anyways, we might have all these little compartments, all these little offices. At the same time, we work differently, in a different pace every time when we want to heal. But the first step that we have to be able to do is to recognize, identify the piece or the compartment, the office, the room that needs some healing. For example, in my case, I don't live in the country that I was born. I have all of my family down in another country, and many other countries actually. And I was all the time, at the beginning when I moved, I was all the time like down and sad. And I still miss them. And don't get me wrong, I miss my family so much, so, so, so much. But I understood that I needed to heal that part of my soul that was longing for my family, because my family was there. We went on the same country. But that part was affecting me so much that at some point I couldn't even go outside and do my normal life.
Yeah.
Because I would be sad and depressed and, crying all the time because I miss my family so much, and I still miss them, but I heal that process. I heal that part of my soul, the attachment. Yeah, because there are attachment. You create attachments.
You create meaning around it as well,
exactly.
Like an interpretation that if you're not there, I'm just assuming that if you're not there with your family, it means that you're incomplete. And because of that incompleteness, I guess you didn't want to go into and do stuff. Yeah, because you felt incomplete. So you were like.
So you see how my soul was affecting my day-to-day life, like my physical life, and that is the issue. That was the issue. I was, and on that sense, I was completely ill because my inner me, my soul was telling me, "Oh no, they are not around. What a miserable lady. You're not gonna do this. You're not gonna do that. How come you're gonna do it? How you gonna make in this country that you don't know anyone? You don't have anybody." But then I did have people. I did have like a couple of friends that were around that were able to support me through this process. But because I was ill in my soul, it was affecting me on my physical level.
Yeah, no, I can relate because like when I moved to Poland, it was like I was detaching from all my like friends and networks. So it was like I went to see my family, which was nice, but then I kind of like isolated myself from everyone else, and then also not being in that country for that long because I grew up in different countries. So living in Poland for like a year, there was a lot of thoughts about, not being Polish enough or not being able to communicate well. And then that kind of resulted in some like, I guess, disappointing circumstances where I felt like okay, I went to do some job work, and then it was like, okay, well, they're not really communicating with me, and it kind of reflected in my life. So it's quite interesting and so that's something that I could have healed, but I did work on it a bit and got to meet some other, like I did meet some good friends, but with the job situation, I think that maybe there would have been, I needed more healing there. So it's interesting how, what we don't heal then reflects in our life.
Yeah, definitely. Because of that, actually, we have to be really aware, like just to recognize which part of our bodies or which part in our souls need healing, because this might carry on to other aspects of our life, and this 100% will address itself at some point to a physical level. Like whatever happens in a spiritual level, it's gonna translate to a physical level, because it's really it's a powerful tool that you have here. Whatever you consider to be, that's what your body is gonna work for. Whatever you say to your body, that is what you're gonna get. And it is just there's something there are some things that cannot be explained, how powerful your soul will affect your body in a physical way.
Yeah, I think that people who, for example, have near-death experiences or have been in hospital and they kind of come out of it, they have this like strong determination to keep going, and they kind of create something out of their lives. But it doesn't need to take that of a drastic change to be able to do this kind of stuff.
Right. And then once you recognize which part of your soul will need, in my case was that part that I am good enough as I am. I do love my family. but I'm not gonna allow this feeling to carry on because it was damaging my personality, my family, and my environment on that time. So once you recognize which part of you needs healing, which part of your soul needs healing, you just have to breathe deeply and understand that we are good as we are. Like whatever is happening for you right now
is already complete.
It's complete.
Yeah.
Being happy or being in a balanced state of mind is a choice. Yeah, there are many situations around us that might make us think otherwise, but being happy really is a choice.
You can be happy in the pain. Yeah. Like what was it? I was sad. Like yesterday, not yesterday. The first day after I've arrived, I was like unpacking my stuff, and I was kind of missing some of my friends, and I guess I was tired as well. But yeah, I was still like so grateful for the friendships that I had. So even though I was sad and in a way grieving for things, I was still grateful and happy in the same sense. So you are actually complete in the incompleteness.
You are complete.
Yeah.
In what seems incomplete, you are complete.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the beauty of it. Once we understand that we are complete as we are, we grab everything that we can, and we just feel complete. Like our body understands, oh, okay, then, I mean, our mind, our soul understand, oh, okay, then I am complete.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start behaving as if I am complete. And then the things that make you sad before, they are there to kind of wake us up, basically. We are complete, and that's why we are here. And then that situation was there for you to understand that particular part of you, and that is the process of healing. However, we could do as well to access that healing process, to access it. We do meditations. As in my journey, I did prayers and meditations, and I just stayed still in some cases, as to just receive what was in there for me to receive, really. And that was what I understood that I needed to do on that time. I did some prayer, and from that prayer I received the healing. But as well, I confessed that this is me, I am enough. Like the same Yeshua, he normally said, when they ask him, who are you? He just says, I am.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then he said, the same thing I do, you can do it as well. Which means you as well can say, I am.
Yeah, without all the labels, without putting all the labels. I love that sentence, because now I keep reminding myself as well that I just am, you know. Yeah. I exist because I am. And I don't have to be anything, like, apart from just being. You know?
Your purpose will fall on its own time, on its own way. You just have to be, really.
Yeah.
And at the minute that you are, and you consider that you are in the present moment, your healing is starting. Because you are saying, well, I'm gonna let go of the outcomes, let go of the future, let go of my past. I forgive myself. I am good enough now. I am complete now.
Yeah.
I am good. I am. And that's it. That's the topic. I am.
Forgiveness, though, is just so important. Like, to forgive yourself and others for what they've done.
Yeah.
It's not saying that they were right, but it's just, it allows you more peace. It's not really about the other person. Like, forgiveness isn't for the other person. Forgiveness is actually for yourself. I think that's what people think. It's for the other person to say you're sorry, but actually you're healing yourself by forgiving.
And there's the thing, like, whatever takes you out of your balance zone, not your comfort zone, okay? Because your comfort zone is not the same thing as your balance level or balance zone. Whatever takes you out of that zone means that you have to address a healing process in that sense, because forgiving a person really is not for the other, as you said. Having somebody in your heart is not going to affect the other person at all. And that's quite silly. Like, you're having this grief, this anger towards somebody that is not going to be even touched by what you feel.
So it's
forgiving is actually cleaning your room, cleaning yourself, healing yourself, despite of what they do.
It's a thing that, we blame sometimes situations or people, but actually by blaming, we're giving away our power, because it's never about the other person. It's our interpretation of the situation. Even what you were saying, like, we can love someone or we can hate someone, or we don't, but it's our story, not their story. They have nothing to do with it. It's just our interpretation of them. And so it's interesting to see people get so attached, to other people, because there's some kind of story and interpretation of why they're still, in a way, attached to the other person. So it's never about
that's
them.
the thing. That's the thing. Like, forgiving is about yourself. Oh, hello. Hiya, lovely. Forgiving is about healing ourselves. It's not about healing the other one or giving the power to the other one, which obviously, if you are feeling this anger towards somebody, it's because you have to heal. But obviously, forgiving is grabbing that issue.
Okay, they want us to put the camera on because we're sideways.
There we go. Okay. Is it better?
Thanks, Amber. We were flipped all the whole entire time.
The whole entire time. Now we're not flipped. Come close. There we go.
See, this is why it's important to have audience members.
Nobody said anything before. Maybe you should have flipped them over. Awesome. Yeah.
Carry on.
So forgiving is one of the process that we need in order to heal. And healing and forgiving is basically the same thing, because when you forgive somebody, you're healing. You're healing the past. It's not that you're making them right or what they did was right to you. That's completely irrelevant and it doesn't relate. It's not the same thing. Forgiving is more like when you go to a hospital and they give you some tablets and you drink those tablets, that's forgiving. Like, you take the tablets because you think that you're gonna feel better and eventually you get better. Well, that's forgiving. Forgiving a person something that they did to you that you might consider that's wrong, independently that it's wrong or right. Once you let go of that pressure, you become whole. You become complete.
There's this like feeling of freedom, like this letting go, and forgiving someone allows you to kind of detach, in the sense that it's like when you have physics and you have a magnet and it keeps pulling the metal towards the magnet. But once you kind of take away that attachment and you forgive, it's like the magnet goes away and you don't have nothing is pulling you back anymore, and it's suddenly like you feel so free that you can go into any direction that you wish to go in.
Exactly. So shall we do, just to finish, because it's half an hour already, we're gonna do like a little meditation for forgiveness and for healing our souls. If you missed part of this video, guys, I will suggest you, when we finish here, that you go back and listen to what we were saying before. But for now, we're gonna do a little meditation. So I will love if you can take part of this meditation together. So the first thing that we are gonna do is we're gonna sit on our chair properly, comfortable. So if you follow us before, you know that we normally use our hands on our either hearts or whatever you feel like to receive. So however you feel comfortable with your hands, you can either put it like that or in your heart, feeling your heartbeats. Me personally, I use it in my heart. And whenever you're ready and comfortable, please breathe deeply and close your eyes. Please follow my instructions. Breathe deeply again. We are initiating the healing process in a soul level. And the first thing that we have to understand is that we are complete as we are. We are loved. We are powerful. We are generous. We are kind. We are enough. We are enough. We are enough. It doesn't matter the process that you've been going through. It might be hard. It might have been hard. But yet you're still here. We are still here. We are survivors. We can talk about it. We are healing this process. Not because of the other, but because of our own growth, of our own life path. We are healing and we are healers. We are good just as we are. Breathe deeply now. You are amazing, just as you are. Be grateful for the little things that we have. It is about time that you realize that you are perfect, that you are unique, and that you've been sent to this earth at this moment in this lifetime. It's not a coincidence that you're listening to this episode, to this recording, because your healing has been initiated already. Be grateful for what you have, and be grateful for the things that you don't have anymore, because everything is perfect on its own time, and everything will arrive on its time. Be mindful. We are. We are. I am. You are. We are enough. At this very moment, I want you to think of something that you are grateful for. Hold it in your heart. Hold it in your mind. Of course you are grateful for something. Of course you are grateful for this. That love that you receive about that thing that you are grateful, put it in your heart now. And think about that every time you have a low feeling. or every time you're feeling down. Think about the things that you're grateful for. Just think, you just have to be. Just be. Because we are enough. Whenever you're ready, I want you to breathe deeply and breathe peace in your heart. Start by feeling your body, your feet, being conscious of your heartbeats. Be conscious of your hands. Be conscious that you are here right now. And whenever you're ready, I want you to open your eyes. Hopefully this is something that you could use in the future and that you could use to heal yourself. I just wanted to say that every time you feel low or whatever, you just have to think on something that you are grateful for. Yeah. Do you want to add something to conclude?
Yeah, so today we talked about healing on a spiritual level, how we can, work with it, how we can identify it, so how it looks like basically on a spiritual level, because obviously there is the physical, but there's also the thoughts and other things that come into place. So yeah, identifying these can help us then take the next step for our healing journey. I see my friends writing, I love listening to you speak, cool accent, little relaxing voice, I'm in bed and then helping relax me. So
awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you very much for being with us, actually. We are really grateful that you are here with us. Just to recap, we have done a podcast about healing, and I know this is really hard for many people to hear, and I know this is gonna trigger so many people, but I just want you to understand that we are recording this because we are being guided to say the truth, to say the findings and research that we have found, that we have received. So please go to our SoundCloud, go to our YouTube channel and find our third episode, our third podcast. It's as well, it is in iTunes, Spotify, and is in many places actually, with the name of Healing. It's in SoundCloud.
Yeah, so the podcast is called Guided 888, of course.
Yeah, podcast is called Guided 888, but this third podcast, we are talking about healing. So there are many things there that you could get identify and maybe get benefit with. And this is it for now. Thank you very much for being with us. Love and light. You want to end there?